What? No, stay there. I'm going to film now. You're gonna have to wait for me. Go on. Baby, why do you want to sit over here? You know it's a trick that I got you here, right? And I didn't even realise that like 2 videos ago, I already spoke about being pretty, being attractive, and then I've titled another one in the same type of genre, but it's already a trick for us to have a deep conversation. She just jumped. She actually made it on the floor. Why are you crying? We need to have a deep conversation, the deeper meaning of beauty, because today we are talking about how to be beautiful or handsome. Ignoring the fact that I've already spoken about this 2 videos ago, I just got it in my head that I feel like somebody wants me to continue to talk about stuff like this. Right, how do you lay down? Like this? You gonna lay down? There you go. Are you gonna stay like that? Like, I don't know what you want from me. I'll put you on the sofa. You don't want to be there. I'll put you on the floor. You don't want to be there. Let's see what you get from the video. A conversation in the least, a deep conversation, or you become a superhero inside of yourself because of my words. Yeah, no. Nope. Nothing. I actually meditated about like what should I talk about in a video, and then it came up and then I had this little thought, so it was just too short of a story to have a story time for it, so I didn't. So let's put aside attraction of people who just like feel attracted to you because of your skills and your character, even though it's going to have to come back into the conversation. Let's talk about being beautiful. Why do we want to be beautiful? I think we want to be admired by somebody we want to admire us, because sometimes we don't want people to admire us, but when we do, it feels very euphoric to be admired. And when you're admired, they call you beautiful. They say it's beautiful, you're beautiful, because they admire you, or they compliment you in some type of way because their eyes sparkle because they're looking at you. And I feel like in one way or another, no matter how broken you are or how angry you are at life, it does feel good to be admired and to be looked at like that. And so in this weird world, we have painted people to actually be ugly, and we use the word ugly, and I feel like we're chasing this beauty that some people seem to have and other people don't. And you could constantly be in paranoia about it. And we also admire things in other people which we want for ourselves, or which we would wish for ourselves. There's a girl called, I'm absolutely never going to get her name. Let me see if I could get her husband's name. Dylan Sprouse. Or is that the other one? No, so Dylan Sprouse. Dylan, he has a wife, and she is very, very, very pretty in the face. And you can imagine that people look at her and be like, wow, if I look like that, wouldn't life be this way or that way? Or wouldn't I feel this way and that way? So let's get into that conversation, because like, what is life doing? And actually, I've been wondering that a lot lately. Past 2 weeks have been a little bit weird. Like, what is life doing? Like, forget about all of the lessons and all of the meant to be in the world. Why in the world would you allow children to be hurt in any type of way? Why would life create things that are unwell, that are not nice? And I just feel this thing about ugly and beauty and the contradiction in the two. I feel like it's just another weird thing in the world. Like, why make that contradiction? And I know to have the contrast, Nayna, because how would you know you're beautiful if there was no such thing as ugly? Okay, scientist, clever person. I bet that is a bit unfair to the person who has to be ugly. Yes, Nayna, but they agreed to that on their soul level. They agreed to it, to do it through love. So you're telling me that this awesome giant god that is very, very clever couldn't think up of another way to make this possible, so then nobody needs to suffer? Because if I had enough time, I would probably come up with a different way, so then we could know beauty without having to have sacrifices of people having to be ugly. I'm sure I can come up with another way. But of course, as usual, confidence is also a part of beauty. It's a little bit difficult to talk about beauty because of people's different tastes and what we all believe beauty to be. Can you stop with that noise at the back? I know that you've just been quiet for me, darling, but the camera's gonna pick that noise up and it's really annoying. I'm gonna have to get her another toy because she's not gonna stop. I wonder how beauty works, because sometimes you look at somebody and you know that they are not ugly, let's say, but you have no interest in their face, but you can tell that they're not ugly. Now, can I tell that because they've got loads of energy on them and loads of people have looked at them and said, oh, you're handsome? Or is there some type of mathematical reality in perception where you are indeed not ugly? And is there maths in life where you are indeed ugly? Is that like a thing? Again, if that is a thing, God, what are you doing? Why would you do that? You made me mathematically ugly. Is that what you did, yeah? I sacrificed myself to die to be mathematically ugly? Or is it to do with energy, to do with how many people have looked at you and thought that you were beautiful? Beyond my taste anyway, because my taste is going to tell you you're beautiful anyway. But if I don't find you particularly beautiful, but I could tell you're not ugly, does that mean that I'm just reading energy rather than a perception thing? And I feel like we should lean towards the energy rather than the maths, because the maths is depressing. I don't like that. No, thank you. I prefer for it to be a perception thing, and therefore then everybody can find beauty inside of themselves depending who's looking at you. And so then you might as well look at yourself and be the first one to lead yourself in the direction of what you want to be seen as, and get away from the people who don't see you in that light, because it's your design that you're in charge of, and it's up to you what you are and what you become and what you are. Anyways, which leads me to the point, because I'm trying to stay away from this like natural beauty thing and think about more about what makes somebody move and the attraction. Going back to 2 videos ago, like the attraction, I don't know, like, have you ever seen somebody switch it on and then all of a sudden they change? It's like they were dormant and then now they're active, and when they're active it's like, ooh, and they become handsome or attractive. Handsome, like, oh, I didn't think you was handsome, but now that you're speaking and you're moving, you're actually quite handsome. So I feel like the way that we move and how our character is really defines our beauty. So then you can come alive with character and be beautiful based on your character, because your character's moving your face and it's creating your face. And sometimes they match and sometimes they don't. For example, some people look very pretty with what they call a face, and then some people look absolutely not pretty with a face. So can we try out different characters to see what brings out the beauty in our face? And if you do look pretty as a, can you try and find another one that you do look pretty in? Because we don't want in the world, because it just doesn't cause any happiness for anybody really, apart from yourself. I don't even think that is true either. And actually, it's not even about creating a character either. It's about having confidence in your character, to understand what you are naturally, to understand what you like and what you don't like and what you want, and then having confidence in that. Yes, this is who I am. Yes, this is how I sit. Yes, this is how I talk. This is how I think. And when you have confidence in your character, then you come alive with direction, with purpose, and that's even more attractive than the person who's a bit of a robot. Even though that's a bit attractive, but it's even more attractive when you have purpose and you have reason and you have maths in your head of what you're trying to do here, which is confidence in your ability, your journey. And I've seen people come alive in that way. So can we make ourselves beautiful by having confidence in our character and allowing ourselves to come alive, and then our face then comes alive with character? I bet that's how some people look at me. That's just embarrassing. Oh, you're not very pretty. Wait, you are pretty when you start speaking. Oh wait, you're not pretty anymore because you're speaking in a weird way. I have not been bothered to try to do deliberate control of my body and my character, because I don't know, I think I was born with the impatience to do that. But it's possible if you're feeling insecure about yourself and you're feeling insecure about your looks. Get your character ready and start dressing up your face through your character, and then you're going to become beautiful. And trust me, confidence is beautiful. And confidence also, character, 100% character, right, does the same thing that looks does. 100%. Actually, let's slow down there for a second and give you some gems here. Sorry, that's so big-headed of me. I've got some gems for you. Oops. When you see somebody who's your type and he's good looking and you've not heard him speak yet, and your heart does that thing and you're like, oh, he's nice, right? That feeling that you just had about somebody being handsome, you can have that same feeling or stronger noticing somebody's character and feeling, oh, that's my type of character, I fancy him. You have the same feeling. So if you're making the same feeling happen in somebody, you might as well rejoice and call it all beautiful instead of concentrating on the maths of the face, even though you could change it by being characteristic, because being appeasing to the eyes is one thing, and then being attractive, I just feel like there's layers of it and it gets deeper and deeper. But the deeper levels is not necessarily the surface. The surface is more the enticement of it, the appeasement of it. Is that a word, appeasement? The first part of it. But of course it gets deeper, the attraction gets deeper, the knowledge gets deeper and it all becomes about character and ideas or ideas about your face, whatever, but still ideas. Because even though you're handsome, the way that you do that with your eyebrows is character. Because if you was a different character, that character wouldn't want to raise his eyebrows because he thinks it's stupid to raise his eyebrows, or he's grumpy and he doesn't like to smile, therefore that big smile that you fell in love with is not there because the character's different. So I feel like character brings out your face, and confidence in it brings out it even more. So what do I find beautiful in a woman? Apart from the girl that I told you about. Wait, her name just came to me. Was it Barbara? Was it Barbara? Surely her name's not Barbara. Deborah. I don't think her name would be Barbara. I can't bother to get my phone. Anyways, I find like smaller faces like pretty, like cute, because like they're smaller. But again, what do I find more attractive than a small face? Somebody who's confident, somebody who is in her own world and who is proper busy in her own head, and she fails to kind of see anything in the outside or care for much for it because she's so busy in her own world, and then she's helpful to people. Like, I find that attractive. Why do I keep using the word attractive? And I think it's because I want to get away from this beauty word, because beauty seems to be the conclusion of a picture, but attractiveness is what makes the picture. So yes, you want to be beautiful, so make your picture. And she's lighthearted about things. Like if something makes her angry, she wants to not be angry and she wants to let it go and she wants to be the bigger person. And even she might struggle with that, but that's what she wants. And I feel like that makes her attractive. I'm gonna have to address the beauty word because now it's just getting ridiculous. Who's beautiful, Nayna? It's just the way she looks. So then are our eyes designed to want to see something in particular, and then when we see it we think it's beautiful? So then I think all these things are just gifts really from life. Okay, you have an attractive face and you have an attractive character. I've got both. Isn't that amazing? Yes, that's amazing. Like maybe it's just a play of things really, of the different types of beauty, and the face is one of them, or the body is one of them, and then the character is one of them as well. But I do feel like some people who think they don't have it in the face come alive with character, and they are just as beautiful in the face because of the character. Beautiful, beautiful. Do you know what? I've disconnected from the word beauty, I think, for a very long time, and that's why I'm finding it hard to like talk about it, because I actually don't use the word. I don't think of people in that way, like of girls and stuff. I only think of them as like pretty, like, oh, you're pretty. But I feel like a lot of us are pretty, and I do feel like there's a thing that separates prettiness, and I think that that's what I don't dabble on or think about, that separation of prettiness. Maybe we've done that because of what life has done. Like you have seen this particular girl get loads of compliments in front of you. You have seen her get all of this stuff that you don't have. So then you have understood, oh, she's beautiful. But that was based on a negative experience. Because we should all be lifting each other up in all the time. Because if she's getting like told how beautiful she is all the time, I think that so should you. Instead of saying that she's beautiful, like just point out like, oh, her hair's this, her eyes are this, and then mine is this, and mine is this, mine is that. What? It's just the world is too problematic right now, and I don't like it, because what's all of this complexity there, this negative complexity, not positive complexity, negative one, of somebody having to be more beautiful than the other one, and then that one feeling a type of way about it. And I don't think we should be able to just kind of say, no, you're this and I'm this and I'm as good and you're good, we're both good enough. I think that we should be able to do that. But I know it stings when you see something that you know you don't receive yourself, and maybe we should try to seek to have those experiences then, if that's what you see. Actually, I want 10 men to look at me, so how am I gonna make that happen? Oh, she has 10 men looking at her. Instead of being jealous and saying, oh, it's because she's beautiful. Okay, I like that she has 10 men looking at her. I want that. So I'm going to now do this to make those 10 men also give me the same type of compliments, because I like how she gets compliments and I want the same thing. Maybe that's the positive spin to all of this. She's giving you an example of what it is that you should be experiencing. Compliments all the time, admiration all the time. So how can you get that? Well, mine has to be different because my hair's different than hers, my eyes are different than hers, so I'm gonna get it through this way and that way. How do you shine? How are people gonna compliment you? And then go and work on that, instead of it being a full stop. Oh, she's beautiful and I'm not. Nope, no full stop. But I said it in one of my last videos that I can't seem to find a man attractive or beautiful or handsome if he's like unkind. Unless his eyes paint a different story than his character, then I'll be like, then I'd be like, oh no, but you're attractive, because his eyes are telling me something different. But if his eyes are mean, really depends. I've not come across one yet, but I can imagine like maybe people from movies where you could just see how handsome they are, but they're acting. So is that why I find them handsome still? Because they're acting. I just think kindness is very attractive, and wiseness and care for other people and doing the right thing for everybody and not just yourself. Like, I find that very attractive and handsome. And the whole coming alive in the character and the confidence and the detachment from needing anything back. I think that's a beautiful and handsome trait. I don't need anything back. I'm just doing this because I'm doing it. That type of character I think is very handsome or attractive. I love how I'm so avoiding the aesthetic of it all because I just think it's a bit unfair. I don't think we're well enough to start talking about aesthetics yet. My type is this, my type is that, because I'm going to go hurting people's feelings who don't look like that. And in reality, it doesn't even matter because I'll still probably be attracted to you. Even though you don't look like this beautiful picture I'm about to paint, I'm still going to be attracted to you the same way I would to the other person. So why do we concentrate on that? Especially if it makes you feel bad. So I don't concentrate on it. I guess beauty is just an admiring game. We're here to admire each other and we're playing a game. Who's beautiful? Who can I watch? Who can I stare at? Who can I find attractive today on a train? Like, it's just a game of like appeasing for the eyes so the eyes don't get bored. I don't know. Is that what beauty is? You're appeasing for my eyes. And when I see your character come alive, you're appeasing for my eyes. Anyway, so then if you're going to decorate yourself to be even more beautiful, I think that's absolutely fine. We should stop having a problem with that. Sometimes I want to lift like everything up that has dropped. I don't like all of the fake lip stuff. That's just like, because it actually looks like, you know. But I just like decorating the stuff, like putting flower in your hair, putting earrings in your ears, and I don't know, putting glitter in your eyes. What else? Putting pink things in your cheeks, putting rings in your finger. I like to decorate things and make them even more. So yes, some people have it naturally where they just get out of bed and they're like beautiful. But again, if that's how you want to feel like, then do things like that to work towards that experience. And let her be an example to you of what you want to feel like when you get out of bed. Or if you don't care so much for that, then your beauty is going to come in other places. Like, oh, once I've decorated myself in the morning, I feel on top of the world, and then I come alive and my face comes alive because now I've put pink on it and now my hair's this way. I've had a shower, I've put cream on. So we can dress ourselves up to be even more beautiful, to compliment ourselves even more. And I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I think it's like the way we decorate for Christmas. It's just a celebration of what we are. And if you don't need to decorate yourself to celebrate yourself, that's good, but also it's good the other way as well, right? We don't need to be better than the other because you come out of bed looking like Sleeping Beauty. I don't know who looks pretty. I don't know. So you might as well play your hand, be what you want to be, how you want to look like, dress yourself up, or find your natural beauty, however you want to do it, however makes you happy, and you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, yeah. No, I don't like the balance of this life. Nope, no thank you. Duality. Half of your face is pretty, half of your face is ugly. Sorry about that. The complexities of life. So you might as well show off what you are. Sharpen it, paint it, clean it, come alive, be confident, choose who you are, go for it. And then that will make you beautiful and handsome. And if you come with all the natural maths of it all, good on ya. And if you don't, you're gonna have to find something else. You're gonna have to save yourself because this world cannot keep concentrating on beauty of the face when there's so much more beauty and feelings to be had elsewhere. Be your unique self and then just be great at it. And you will be adding yourself to the puzzle of life because that's what you are, a puzzle to life. So play your part, go and do it, go and play your part. Okay, quote of the week. The beauty of a woman is not in her facial mode, but the beauty in her soul. And I think he's talking about character. I think that's what he's talking about. Because your character is what makes you. It makes you. So think about your character. What do you like? What makes it beautiful? What makes it attractive? And then do that. What do you want to do naturally as well in your character? And then do it. And then be confident with it. And then show everybody. Because that's the other thing. If you're hiding in your bedroom, nobody's going to see your character. And your character makes you unique. So of course that's what makes you beautiful. And people know this. So let's not be discouraged by people who don't have to try very hard, who wake up beautiful and they're just naturally beautiful. Let's not be discouraged by that, because also you come natural in other places that they don't come natural in. You're very good at maths, so you're very good at this and it comes natural to you. And then for that beautiful person, it doesn't come very natural to them at all, and actually they struggle hard. So somewhere in your life you have this thing that you don't need to try at and it's just yours naturally. And to that person it's their face, to the other person it's their hair, to the other person it's their stomach. We all have a perk when we don't need to try hard enough, and then when we do need to try, let's make it beautiful. Let's make ourselves happy with the trying, and then everything's gonna be okay. Okay? So until next time, you're beautiful just as you are. Your character makes you beautiful. Your everything makes you beautiful. And if you find God, tell him or her or it that I'm looking for it and I live in London and to please come find me. Because God won't know where I am. Or that I don't live in London. Right, until next time, I'll see you again. Goodbye.